24 Alfreda Street, St Albans. Phone 9366 2396.
Hello and welcome to this week's PCTV. I'm Michelle and this is Sue Lynn.
Hi. On today's program, Daniela returns from the polygon world of fighting to tell us about 3D life in Tekken, and then takes the dirt with Rally Championship on the PC.
Natalie introduces us to gamers, Lawrence and Enza, as they both test out Super Mario Bros. On Super Nintendo during the show for Gamers Online.
I surf the internet with our internet consultant, who guides us through the hottest websites in cyberspace at the moment.
Pietro and Tanya zone through the latest in software and hardware in this week's PC News.
I experience action-packed adventure when I meet with Arnold Schwarzenegger for this week's movie review.
I'll be taking a look at Encarta 96 in this week's multimedia review.
Michelle will be talking to John from Home Entertainment Centre.
And our resident cheats, Natalie and Daniela, shortcut their way around software, briefing us on those very useful to know tips in today's Cheat Zone.
So sit back, relax and enjoy this week's episode of PCTV. Rally games are the new wave of racing games. Sparked by Sega Rally, most game companies are now trying their luck and making their own versions of this popular racing genre. Network Q is one such company who have just released Rally Championship for the PC. Rally Championship is a direct copy of Sega Rally, only instead of 3 measly tracks to race, you get the full 28 Rally Championship courses. Graphically, the game is incredible. As you can see behind me, the graphics are full of detail and fantastic to watch. Each course is rendered in high resolution and looks remarkably like the Saturn's version of Sega Rally. Let's take a look. Along with the graphics is great commentary sung by none other than Tony Manson, the official RAC commentator. The sound effects are also ultra realistic. The game features digitised engine collision and skid sound effects recorded straight off the real thing. The game also features full screen full motion video of actual real life rally drivers. This video is not MPEG quality but is far more clearer than your standard QuickTime or Video for Windows AVI file. Matching these great graphics and excellent sound is possibly the most playable car racing game on the PC. The controls are very responsive and easy to learn. You can play with the keyboard, joystick or steering wheel. Overall, the game is fantastic. We at PCTV couldn't find any real flaws and gave it a perfect 10 out of 10. The game requires a Pentium 120 with 16 megabytes of RAM to run decently with a PCI video card and Sound Blaster 16 sound card. That's all for now, but I'll be back later in the program with the Sony PlayStation Giant Tekken. Welcome to this week's Gamers Online. I'd like to introduce you to our gamers, Lawrence and Enza. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good.
That's good. Today we're playing Super Mario Bros. On the Super Nintendo. Have you ever played this game before?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, let's go. How long have you been playing games for, Enza?
About 5 years.
And which is your favourite?
Super Mario Brothers.
And why's that?
Only game I can clock.
Yeah? Okay, fair enough. And what are you doing at the moment, Lawrence? When you hit the bricks, what happens? Do you get points?
Yeah, you get money, at least $200 each time.
Yeah.
And
what character do you like playing on this?
Mario.
Mario?
Yep.
Why?
As soon as you put it on, you get the first person to play.
Alrighty. And is that better if you're the first person?
Oh yeah, because sometimes you don't go out for a long time.
Welcome to this week's Surf the Internet segment. With me today is our internet consultant, Pietro. Hi, Pietro.
Hi, Celine.
Well, how about showing us what you've got here for us today?
Okay, well, the first site I'd like to show on the World Wide Web is called GamePen. So what I do, I just type in the address, and here it comes now, down the line. Now, GamePen is found at http://www.gamepen.com.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, definitely. And GamePen is probably one of the best gaming sites on the internet at the moment. One of my favourites anyway. It's full of cheats. That's where we get all the cheats for Cheat Zone from this site. Yeah. It's also got heaps of info on new games coming out on all systems, from the PlayStation through to the PC. And it's also got a download area. It's called the Download Cradle, which I'll click on now.
Yep.
Just wait for it to come down the line now. If you can see at the bottom of the screen, it actually says connecting to so-and-so site, so many % done. That's just telling you, indicating how long it's got to go before the site comes through. So usually when you've got a blank screen like this, it's all going to come out in one load, which should just pop up any second now. That's because it's all getting congested somewhere down the line. So it's the servers at the other end is being like bottlenecked, and as soon as it sends the image, the message to our computer, it just comes all at once. And now this is it here, and yeah, this is where you can download files.
Right. So how do you actually download a file?
Okay. Well, there's a bunch of games here on the page. I'll just scroll down to one that I really like. Here we go. Well, we reviewed Road Rash. All you do is you right-click it like so.
Yep.
Click on save. Click Save Link As. And as you can see now, you choose this file name you want to save it as and hit OK. And it gives you an estimate of how long it will take to download. And we'll just minimise that so it doesn't stay on the screen all the time. So, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Now notice you just typed in the address. What if you don't know the address? How do you gain access to those files?
Okay, well this is what I'm bringing up now. This is called NetSearch, and if you're using a navigator like Netscape Navigator, it's got NetSearch built in. Now what you do, you click on the NetSearch button, which I have now.
Yep.
And the information's just been sent down to us. Here we go, and it brings up this interface. Now this is the Netscape's search, and all you do, you just click on the little box here, and just say you want to type up, what should we search? I'll say for our favourite movie, one of my favourite movies, Independence Day.
Right.
So you just type in Independence Day, click on search, and now what it's doing is at the Excite site, which is the searcher that I've clicked on.
Yep.
It's going through the database with all strings on Independence Day. And here come a whole bunch of hits now. So these are all different sites about Independence Day, and you can click on any one of these, and basically you're there in a flash. So it's as simple as that.
It does all the hard work of searching exactly where you want to go find.
Because I mean, some web pages have got like a really long name. They can go right up to about 50 characters. So it would be virtually impossible to try and memorise them all. So net searches are just an easy way to get around. And the PCTV homepage, for example, has got a very long address to it.
Right.
So the easiest way to find it is actually to search for it with Excite. And if you search for Asteroid or Asteroid game page, you'll find it, because that's the name of the page is from Asteroid, which is myself, who designed the card. And yeah, so it's as simple as that. I have put in a new web page, which should be in the Excite searches relatively soon.
Right.
Okay.
Wow. Well, that all sounds really interesting. Just one other thing I wanted to know. You mentioned some games before. Do you have any other favourite game sites that you could let our viewers know about?
Yeah, well, there's Games Domain, which is at http://www.gamesdomain.com. And I think that's the only other real major one. There are other ones that have got really long names you'll have to search from though.
Right, well, there's some sites for you to check out, viewers. Pietro, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
Hi and welcome to Cheat Zone. I'm Daniela and this is Natalie.
Hi.
Hi.
Wacky Wheels on the PC is a great Super Mario Kart clone. To help you through some of the tougher levels during play, hold down your fire button for 6 seconds. Now you should have a new weapon which allows you to freeze your opponents in their tracks.
Rayman is a fantastic platformer for the PlayStation, and PCTV have a cheat to let you see a secret introduction sequence. During the introduction sequence, hold down the following buttons simultaneously: left 1, right 1, left 2, right 2, X and start. Keep them held down right through the intro and you will see the intro sequence extend longer than usual.
Tekken is fantastic on the PlayStation, and PCTV have the cheat that lets you play as all 17 characters. To play as your evil twin, finish the game without changing your character. You can continue as much as you like. To play as the final boss, finish the game without losing a round. Once you have a new fighter, remember to save your name on a Sony memory card.
And our final cheat is for the Star Wars meets Doom game Dark Forces. For invincibility, type in the word "I'm lame." Now you can't be squashed, fall off cliffs or be killed by your enemies.
That's it for this week's Cheat Zone. Remember, if you would like to send a cheat, send it to PCTV, 24 Alfreda Street, St Albans, 3021.
Or email us at pctv@majestic.net.au.
Joining me today is John Beck from the Home Entertainment Centre. Hi John,
Hi Michelle.
what have you brought in for us today?
I've brought in one of our most basic packs that we sell at the store.
Okay, and what are the features of this pack?
It's a 586 system. It comes
Right.
with the screen, it's a CPU, keyboard and mouse.
Okay, how much hard disk space does that one have?
It's 850 megabytes.
Right, and what about memory?
The base model's 4 meg.
Okay, and basically what can this computer be used for?
It could be used for quite a variety of things. It could be used for personal use. It's great for networking, being a base model. That's all you need. And it could be used for anything you like, basically.
Right, okay, and what price are we looking at?
Well, because it's a base model, it's a special that we've got, and it falls in at under $1,000.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and can you upgrade or add to it at all?
Certainly. You can expand the memory. It's very affordable.
Right.
You can build as you need to. You can add a CD-ROM kit and a sound card if you like, and it'll handle all the latest software, being a 586-100. So it's pretty good value for someone who's on a
Yeah,
budget. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, students.
Students, or as a second machine, because most households, the main machine's tied up by everybody, so it's great as a second computer as well, which is not uncommon today in most households.
Yeah. Great, okay, well thanks for joining us today, John.
Yeah, thanks Michelle.
If you'd like any more information on the base pack, you can contact us at the Home Entertainment Centre in St Albans on 9366 2396 or Melton on 9743 1015.
Imagine living in a world where you couldn't tell the difference between reality and fantasy, where your whole life as you know it is nothing more than an implanted memory. Arnold Schwarzenegger does just that in the 1990 monster hit Total Recall. Total Recall is more than just a movie, it's a roller coaster. As soon as you press play on the video, prepare to enter the ride of your life. The movie is based in the far-off future, where the planets have been colonised and memory implants are all the rage. Our hero, Arnie, is haunted in his dreams by images of Mars, even though he thinks he's never been there. As the plot begins to unveil, Arnie finds out that his whole life, his job, his marriage and his own history is nothing more than a memory implant, trying to cover up his real life as a secret agent. Eventually, Arnie begins to realise the truth and heads to Mars to find out who has been messing with his mind. What follows is a plot with so many twists and turns, you'll literally feel like you've come off a roller coaster ride. The movie's special effects are what take the cake in this picture. Using computer graphic workstations, the producers and special effects artists of the movie have managed to make a believable world of the future. Along with the special effects are some of the best visual stunts and explosions ever filmed in Hollywood. This movie hosts an array of stars, including Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sharon Stone and Michael Ironside. Total Recall is available in 2 versions, the full uncut R-rated version or the modified M-rated version, so you can choose whether you want a bloodbath of action or a more intellectual thriller. We love this movie here at PCTV and gave it a 9 out of 10.
Welcome to this week's PC News. Well, today I've brought in some accessories you need to run a PC. The first thing I brought in is some mice. Now, the first mouse I'd like to show you is the Microsoft mouse. Now, what I really like about this mouse is it is incredibly comfortable to use. You can see by its shape that it fits your hand nicely. However, if you're left-handed, it probably won't be too comfortable. But besides that, it's really good. It's priced around the $50 mark. Now, another kind of mouse that I've brought in is called the Honeywell mouse. Now, what I liked about this mouse is instead of having the regular ball on the back, it's got 2 sensors, which means it is incredibly accurate when it comes to moving it around the screen. And yeah, these are priced around the $70 mark, if I'm correct. So they're not too bad. And the final mouse I've brought in is the ATEC mouse. Now, the ATEC mouse is another very comfortable to use mouse. It's economic. It's only around the $30 mark. Comes with its own drivers, and it's a good all-round mouse. Now, you can usually use a computer without a mouse, even though it's terribly uncomfortable to use. But one thing you do need is a keyboard, and that's where Microsoft have come to the rescue with their brand new natural Microsoft keyboard. Now, the natural keyboard is good because it's shaped differently to the standard rows of keys. It fits your hand nicely. It does take getting used to, so if you've got an important essay to do the next day, I probably wouldn't go out and buy one, because it does take time to get used to. But when you do get used to it, I tell you, the buttons are big, it's easy, it's very comfortable to use, and it's even on a tilt, so it matches your hands perfectly. To my games this week. Now, the first game I've brought in is a classic old game by LucasArts called Sam and Max Hit the Road. Now, Sam and Max is a fun game. It's fully animated. It's got incredible high-resolution graphics, but the thing that really takes it is the dialogue. It's one of the funniest games I've played in my life. I was on the floor laughing when I first went through it. It comes with a tip book if you buy the full version, or you can buy it in the LucasArts pack, LucasArts Archives Volume 1. Yeah, so it's definitely value for money. Very good game. Now, the game that started the whole violence in video game issue, Night Trap, has been released on the PC, and this is the original uncut version. Night Trap is a really good interactive movie. It stars Dana Plato, who we might remember as Kimberly from Different Strokes. The game has got a really big video window. It's really fast to get around. One thing though, it's not very clear, the video. I thought it would be a little bit better on the PC. You can tell it's been transferred straight from the Mega CD over, but besides that, it's a pretty well good all-round game. And the final product I've brought in is called Isaac Asimov's Library of the Universe. Now, this program contains 6 CDs about the universe, and I found it really addictive. I was on this thing for hours a couple nights ago, and it's got full photos, it's got narration, and it takes you through the inner planets, the outer planets, the solar system as a whole, and the universe. So it's a really good CD. Okay, that's it for my games this week. Now let's cross over to Tanya for her kids' PC.
The first game I reviewed was Muppets Beginning to Read. It's for the ages of 3 to 7. It's got good graphics, the colours were really bright, the sounds were really good. The people playing it learn thinking skills, how to sort things out, and sound patterns, decorating skills, and yeah. It gives instructions. It's also in cartoon form, so kids would like that. It's good because kids like the Muppets and they would like to play this, like they can learn in a fun way. It's easy to use, and I thought kids would like it because they like Muppets.
Okay, and what's the next one you brought in?
Well, the next one is Blinky Bill in the Ghost Cave. It's from the ages of 3 and up. it gives instructions. The sound effects were good and loud. It's also in cartoon form, like the actual cartoon Blinky Bill. The characters talk. The graphics were also really good. The colours were bright and the pictures were good. It'd be really entertaining for kids that like Blinky Bill. Sometimes when you're reading the story and you click the buttons, it goes slow, so children can lose concentration. That was one of the bad things. But some of the things were good, like puzzles and painting, and you learn names of animals and memory skills. And I thought it was okay for kids.
Okay, thanks for that, Tanya. Okay, me and Tanya will be back in next week with another episode of PC News. Until then, see ya.
Encyclopedias are a dime a dozen on the PC, but one in particular that really stands out is Microsoft's Encarta 96. Encarta 96 is a fantastic multimedia encyclopedia. The CD is designed and optimised for Windows 95, so it takes full advantage of 32-bit processing. The CD contains hundreds of photos, diagrams, tables and pictures of almost any topic you could think of. The CD also packs full-motion video sequences and animations, making Encarta 96 easy and fun to use. But Encarta 96 is more than just an encyclopedia. The CD contains a built-in dictionary and world atlas. The dictionary has thousands of entries giving the correct spelling, meaning and pronunciation of almost every word in the English language. The world atlas is also very precise. It's so accurate it even contains small towns like Melton in the outer fringes of Melbourne's western suburbs. But Encarta doesn't stop there. For younger users, the CD contains a trivia maze. You are locked in the centre of a large maze, and the only way to get out is to answer questions each gatekeeper asks. The answers are all found within the encyclopedia. This not only is fun, but teaches younger users how to look up information in an encyclopedia. All in all, Encarta is currently the greatest multimedia encyclopedia on the market. With an easy-to-use interface and great graphics, the CD is a pleasure to use for both school and home. To run it, you'll need a PC with Windows 95, a double-spin CD or faster, and a minimum of 8 megs of RAM. That's all for this week, but I'll be back next week with another multimedia review.
We're back with our gamers online, Lawrence and Enza. Enza's now up to level 4. Okay, Lawrence, I'll ask you a couple of questions. Do you enjoy playing this game?
Yes.
Yeah? Which character do you enjoy playing?
Luigi.
Why's that?
Because he's green.
He's green. And what are you doing now, Enza?
Just trying to get away from these things that are going to prick me.
Alright. And what happens if you get caught by one of those things?
I die.
What stage are you entering now?
One of the secret stages.
And do you get extra bonus points or?
Yeah, it's like a little bonus round.
And what other games do you like, Lawrence?
There's Super Mario 3.
Yeah. Do you think that's better than this one?
Yeah.
Oh, why's that?
A bit hard.
Okay. How long have you been playing games for?
Obviously.
Yeah? So you're an expert. That's good. All right, that's it for Gamers Online this week. We'll be back next week with a couple more gamers. Thank you. Beautiful.
The Sony PlayStation is a powerhouse when it comes to polygon-generated games. Tekken is one game that proves that the Sony is a machine not to be underestimated. Tekken was released at the arcades a few years ago with little success. It was only when Sony gained the rights to produce this monster that the game got the recognition it deserved. Tekken is a one-on-one fighting game fully generated with texture-mapped polygon graphics. Each character is made up of literally millions of polygons, so many that the characters have a more rounded look, rather than the standard blocky type graphics like Virtua Fighter. The game has a total of 17 characters to fight as. Each character has a fully 3D rendered ending, as well as unique fighting styles and devastating super moves. Let's take a look.
Round 1. Fight.
The best feature of Tekken is that it contains no fantasy super moves like fireballs or dragon punches. The only way to defeat your opponent is to take them out with your bare hands. The sound is fantastic with ultra-realistic sound effects and a remixed CD soundtrack. Overall, the game really has no major flaws. It's fun to play and great to watch. PCTV gave this game a perfect score and can't wait to see the sequel. That's all from me this week. Remember, if you have a review or would like to request a game, simply email PCTV at pctv@majestic.net.au or post it to PCTV 24 Alfreda Street, St Albans.
That's it for this week's episode of PCTV.
If you'd like any more information about anything that you've seen on the show, you can contact us via the following addresses. We'll see you next time.
Ciao.
PCTV is brought to you by Home Entertainment Centre, 24 Alfreda Street, St Albans. Phone 9366 2396.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of PCTV. I'm Maria and sitting next to me is Anne-Marie. Hi Anne-Marie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks. On today's program, Daniela tees off with the pros in PGA Tour 96 and fights to the death with Outer World invaders in Mortal Kombat 3.
Pietra introduces us to this week's gamers in Gamers Online. Today's gamers tackle the Russian puzzle classic Tetris on Super Nintendo.
I'll be talking with Anthony Bartolo from the Home Entertainment Centre about the latest in hardware in this week's Home Entertainment segment.
Sulin reviews the fantastic thriller Malice, starring Nicole Kidman and Alec Baldwin, in this week's Movie Review.
Maria talks with special guest Jason from Z-Tech about the new range of Pentium processors.
Pietra and Tanya fill us in on the latest in hardware and software in this week's PC News.
And Michelle takes us on a journey through the universe in Isaac Asimov's Library of the Universe.
So sit back and enjoy this week's episode of PCTV.
There is no shortage of golf games on the market today, but one that still stands above them all is PGA Tour 96. PGA Tour 96 is the sequel to EA Sports PGA Tour 486. The game features the usual golf sim features, including tournament skins, shootout, stroke and practice modes of play. The game also features mulligans for novice players, which means if you mess up a shot, you can take it again without losing points. Now you don't have to hit your computer with frustration as you see what you think is a perfect putt slowly roll around the lip of the cup but falls an inch short of falling in. Just take the shot again. The graphics and sounds are glorious to watch. Each course is rendered in super VGA graphics with photorealistic golfers and fantastic colourful scenery. The game also features TV-style camera work. The camera shots follow the flight of the ball from the fairways to the green. All in all, this game is great for golfing fans. It's available on PC, the Sony PlayStation and 3DO and Sega Saturn. To run the PC version, you will need a 486 DX266 with a minimum of 8 MB of RAM and a quad spin or faster CD. For the optimal play, PCTV recommends a Pentium 100 with 16 MB of RAM, a 6-spin or faster CD-ROM and a video card with 2 MB of video RAM. That's all for now, but I'll be back later in the program with Mortal Kombat 3.
Hello and welcome to this week's Gamers Online. With us this week is Patrick Archeri and Dominic Leone. How are you guys?
Not bad, yourself?
Not bad. Okay, well today we're playing the classic Russian game Tetris. Have either of you played it before?
Yeah, I've played it on Game Boy.
On
Same
Game
with
Boy?
me, Game Boy.
Game Boy, okay. Well, let's take it out. Patrick, you'll be playing to the left of screen, and Dominic, you'll be on the right-hand side. So if you want to take your controllers, and let's take it away. Okay, so you obviously you've played it before, so you know the rules of the game.
Yep.
How do you find the game? Do you like it, or?
Yeah, it's not bad. You have to think a lot.
It's a thinking game, is it?
Yeah.
Alright. Things are looking interesting now. Okay, so what's, just for the viewers that aren't familiar with the game, Patrick, would you like to just say, you know, what the basic principle of the game is?
Well, you have to gather a line together.
Horizontally or across the bottom?
Yeah, across the bottom. And well, it doesn't really matter with the colours, but just...
As long as you get the line. And what happens when you do? Does...
you get points for each line. And if you get 5 lines, you get a bonus. I'm not sure how much, but you get a
bonus
big score.
Okay, well, the two gamers look like they're pretty evenly matched at the moment. We'll be back later on in the program with our gamers Patrick and Dominic. Next on PCTV, Anne-Marie will be interviewing Anthony Bartolo from the Home Entertainment Centre.
With us today is Anthony Bartolo from Home Entertainment Centre. Hi Anthony, how are you?
Good, Anne-Marie, how are you?
Good, thanks. Could you tell us a little bit about what you've brought in for us today?
Okay, what I've brought in today is a new video card. It's a 128-bit video card, PCI bus video card. It runs on what they call the ET6000 chipset, which is a new chipset which is out by Tseng Labs. As far as speed goes, it's comparable to say like a Diamond South 3D, quite possibly a little bit faster, probably 15 to 20% faster than that.
Right.
Okay. It's got 2 megabytes of memory on board, expandable up to 4 meg, so it's fully expandable, which is very good. And the fact that they retail at like just under the $250 mark makes them a brilliant card.
Right. So what sort of people would make good use of this?
Anyone who's going to be using the card to do a lot of graphics, animation, 3D animation, anything like that, rendering, basically anything where the performance of the video card is important.
So if people would like to find out more about these video cards, where would they go?
They can either give myself or anyone else who works at our stores a call at the Home Entertainment Centres, either at our St Albans store, which is on 9366 2396, or our Melton store, which is 9743 1015, and we'll gladly help.
Okay, well, thanks very much for coming in today.
No worries.
Okay.
This week I'm looking at the VCD Malice, in which Nicole Kidman and Bill Pullman play the characters Tracy and Andy. Tracy and Andy are a married couple struggling to make their house payments and get the plumbing fixed. In order to gain the extra money to do this, they decide to take in a tenant to rent the 3rd floor of their building. The tenant they choose is Dr. Jed Hill, played by Alec Baldwin. Jed was the fullback for the football team at Andy's high school and the new head surgeon at the local hospital. He is the typical jock who Tracy finds hard to get along with. At first, the tenant seems to fix their financial situation, however many other problems start to arise. Someone is raping girls at the high school where Andy is the Associate Dean of Students, and Andy becomes one of the main suspects in the attacks. Then Tracy goes into emergency surgery, which results in the removal of her reproduction system and a $20 million malpractice case. Several events then result in Andy discovering that his wife is a total stranger to him and that Jed is far from the all-rounder hero. As well as all of these discoveries, the end of the movie is packed with unexpected twists and turns that are sure to surprise any viewer. The movie makes a transition from a successful couple happy to have each other to a destroyed marriage where both partners are driven to chilling cunningness. The transition is also seen through the lighting used in the film, with the final dark scenes suiting the mood of the events that take place. The acting in this film is fantastic, with Nicole Kidman stealing the show. We see her play a very different character to what we're used to seeing her cast as. I thought this film was fantastic the first time I saw it, and it still entertains me every time I watch it again. Malice is a very worthy addition to your VCD libraries, and I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Hello and welcome to this week's PC News. First bit of news I'd like to say is that it has become official that the Gold Star / Panasonic 3DO has become discontinued. So it would be very unadvised for anyone to go out and purchase one at this time. 3DO do intend to come back next year with the release of the M2, but it will be a strict 62-bit version and won't be compatible with today's software. So the 3DO is out, don't bother getting one. I'm going to skip through the hardware this week because I didn't really find anything useful to show you. So we'll go straight to the games. The first game I played this week is Chessmaster 5000. Chessmaster 5000 is designed for Windows 95. It's got improved graphics over any other chess game I've seen on the market at the moment. It's basically a chess master's dream come true. It's challenging, it's fun. I definitely recommend it to anybody with a PC. Now, this game, I can't even really pronounce the title to it. It's Trion or something like that. But anyway, it's a good Raptor clone. Basically, what can I say about it? It's your basic raid type game where you've got your ship on it from a bird's eye view, shooting up the landscape and whatsoever. It's got okay graphics, nothing too brilliant for today's standards, but it's a pretty fun game to play. Now, Vikings is a game which is relatively new, but I didn't really like it. I thought it was very boring. It's one of those strategic type games like Civilization, but it's got nowhere near the gameplay qualities. Yeah, basically avoid it unless you're a real keen strategic kind of player. But if you want a really good game, now this is probably one of the most classic flight sims on the market, TIE Fighter CD. TIE Fighter was released a couple of years ago, so it's not a new game, but the CD version's got improved graphics and cutscenes. The game has got heaps of missions. You get to fight for the bad guys for once instead of playing always for the good guys. It's the sequel to X-Wing, as most people would know. It's made by LucasArts and it's definitely a thumbs up. Look out for this one in the stores.
This first game I reviewed was Children's Dictionary. It's for the ages of 7 to 12. This game features good sounds, good graphics and a good introduction which kids will want to play. You learn spelling skills, you can guess words, and if there's a word you want to learn about, you just type it in and it gives you a definition and a picture of it. Also, you can choose a letter and a screen will come up with pictures that begin with that letter, and if you click them, they move, and it was I thought it was fun. And this second game is Crayola Art Studio. It's for the ages of 6 to 12. This game has really good sound. The graphics are good, the colours are really bright. You learn drawing skills, colouring in skills. You can make badges and certificates and you can print them out and save them. Also, you click a little picture and it tells jokes, so I thought that was good. And you can do lots of creative things and I thought it was fun.
Thanks, Tanya, for that insight into Kids PC. Remember, we'll be back next week. Until then, see you later.
At some stage of our life, each of us look at the stars and ponder the question, what is out there? One such astronomer, Isaac Asimov, has decided to help us learn more about the wonders of our universe in Isaac Asimov's Library of the Universe for the PC. Library of the Universe is a great collection of several CD-ROM programs integrated into one package. Library of the Universe includes 6 CD-ROM discs, which include the inner planets, the outer planets, the solar system, the universe, space exploration and astronomy. Each CD is presented with an easy-to-use interface, fantastic narration and thousands of illustrations and photographs. Each CD specialises in a certain topic. For example, the Outer Planets CD contains a 50-minute presentation which guides you through Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. Not only do you learn about the planets, but the natural satellites that orbit each planet. The package covers all areas of astronomy, from the early theories of the universe to ancient astronomers and future space exploration missions. Also included on each CD is the American Academic Encyclopedia and a trivia program which tests you on what you have learnt. This makes the CD not only educational, but fun to use for younger astronomers. Possibly the greatest feature of the CD is that it is a power CD. This means that it requires no hard disk space to install. All you have to do is insert the CD and the program takes you off into the world of the unknown. There are no flaws with this program. PCTV would recommend it to anybody who is interested in learning about the wonders of our infinite universe.
With me today is Jason Macari from ZTech. Hello, Jason.
How are you, Marie?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Can you tell us a bit about ZTech?
Okay, well, ZTech's been up and running for about 6 years now. We're actually a wholesale company who deal with retailers. So anything that's bought from a retailer normally comes through us, first hand anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So what have you got to show us today?
Okay, well, today we've got actually a new laptop. We've just started bringing in Olivetti notebooks.
Right.
Okay, there's a full range from low-end Pentiums to, well, higher-end Pentiums, 133. Anyway, they range from 100 to 133.
All right.
Okay, this particular model I've got here is the 100E, okay, which is Pentium 100, has a 6-pin CD-ROM on the side there.
Yeah.
Standard 8 meg of RAM, active screen. Yeah, and that's about it. Trackpad mouse.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's a great notebook, reasonably priced.
Handy.
Yeah.
How much? About how much?
Okay, well, roughly you'd probably be looking at about, for this particular model, about $4,000 retail.
All right.
Okay, but you can look around. If you go and see actually the boys at Home Entertainment, they'll probably be able to do you a better deal than that.
Okay. Remember that, view. So what is that little camera over there?
Okay, also I've got to show you. It's actually it's the new Kodak digital camera.
Oh, it's so tiny.
Okay, it's so small.
No.
Actually stores about 8 pictures. Okay, it's only the low end one, reasonably cheap. I've actually taken some photos, one of the camera crew and one of you actually around, and I was actually going to do a live demonstration if I can get this going.
Oh, look, there's a picture of the camera crew.
Yeah.
Don't they look grand?
Yeah, that was actually taken a little bit just before the interview started.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The beauty of these cameras, I mean, this is actually a low-end camera. The resolutions aren't too bad. I mean, for home use, they're fantastic. If you've got a decent colour inkjet printer, such as a Hewlett-Packard or an Epson, you'd be able to print these out on plain paper, and they'd be close to photo quality anyway. So
that's grouse.
It's actually a cheap alternative. The camera only uses battery, lithium battery, normally lasts about 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. And this model only stores 8 high-resolution pictures at a time. So you can take it out, take 8 pictures, download them into the computer, and then.
This camera is specifically made for.
Yeah, it's specifically made for the computer. It's a digital camera. It doesn't keep any film. But there's actually, they range from this model up right up to very, very high-end ones, going up to thousands, which store many pictures, and they've got built-in flash.
Yeah. What else have you got to show us, Jason?
Okay, well, the last thing I've got to show you today is actually a Pentium Pro motherboard.
Whoa.
Okay.
And what is the Pentium Pro best used for?
Okay, well, it's best used for, well, it's strictly a 32-bit processing board, which means that something like Windows NT would run best under it. If people thinking that, you know, they'll get it for their games to run them quicker and stuff, that actually won't work because a lot of games are still written in 16-bit. This is best for image rendering, image manipulation, like I showed you with the camera, like doing those sort of things. Any 32-bit applications it'll run fantastic with. It's mainly a high-end piece of hardware anyway, so yeah, it's mainly aimed at the high end. So any end users thinking that it will increase their game speed or anything like that,
think twice.
Think twice.
Exactly, because it won't work.
It won't work as well.
Okay, thanks for that, Jason.
Not a problem.
Thanks for joining us from ZTech, and that's it.
Hi and welcome to Cheat Zone. I'm Natalie and sitting next to me is Anne-Marie.
Hi. Earthworm Jim is one of the funniest PC games around. To make this cool game even easier to beat, enter the words "It's a Wonderful." This should give you an extra life.
To access a cheat in Mortal Kombat 2 on the PC, press F10 on the credit screen. Now type the word "dip." This should give you a secret options menu.
Quake is an ultra cool Doom rip-off, and now you can zip through the stages without worrying about losing energy. On the control panel, simply type God. Now you're invincible.
And our final cheat is for Street Fighter Alpha on the PlayStation. To fight in a special 2-on-1 against Bison match, finish the game without losing a round. Now a new option menu will appear and the title screen called Team Battle.
That's it for this week's Cheat Zone. If you have a cheat to share with us, you can email it to pctv@majestic.net.au.
Or post it to 24 Alfreda Street, St Albans, 3021.
Okay, we're back with our gamers, and Patrick and Dominic are still fighting it hard. Who's to the right of the screen? Who's player 2 at the moment?
Me.
Dominic. Well, it looks like Dominic's a little bit in front. Oh, actually, there's a bit of a comeback happening now. So how would you compare this, Dominic, to the Nintendo Game Boy version?
It's a bit harder because bigger screen and different controls, I suppose.
Oh, the controllers. How about the graphics? Do they look similar, or is it more colourful? Or
It's more colourful than like the normal Game Boy because Game Boy's black and white. So.
how about you, Pat? How do you find it comparing to Game Boy? Is Game Boy a little bit easier to play, or?
Yeah, I suppose.
It's a bit easier.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of a score out of 10, what would you give it, Dominic?
About 7.
7 out of 10. How about you, Pat?
About an 8.5.
And what's the age group? Who's this game suitable for? Is it just for young kids, you think, or for any age, or?
Any age, I suppose.
Any age?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, judging by the current scores, it looks like Dominic's our champion for today. Sorry, Pat, better luck next time. Okay, so that's it for Gamers Online this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Stick around, we've still got one more CD-ROM review with Daniela, who will be looking at Mortal Kombat 3.
Violence in video games is getting increasingly more graphic, with the Mortal Kombat trilogy taking the cake when it comes to brutal death moves and gory bloodbaths. For the PC, Mortal Kombat 3 translates all this blood and gore into one very playable fighting game. Mortal Kombat 3 features 15 fighters in all, each possessing powerful superpowers and ultra-bloody fatality death moves. The Mortal Kombat story is possibly the most interesting plot ever given to a video game. The evil sorcerer, Shao Kahn, has used his dead wife of 10,000 years, Sindel, to open a portal from his evil outer world domain to our Earth. After successfully pulling off his evil plan, Shao Kahn claims every human soul for his own. However, the Earth's spiritual protector, Raiden, has chosen 7 humans to fight in the tournament against the evil invaders and save the souls of billions of innocent human beings. This sets the scene for one of the most realistic and greatest fighting games around. The fighters are rendered using full motion video instead of bitmap graphics. The result is an ultra-realistic looking fighting game, complete with real actors instead of computer-generated sprites. Let's take a look.
Cyrax wins. Fatality.
The game sound is perfect to the arcade, with great CD music and fantastic groans of pain. The PC version is a direct replica of the arcade. The only flaw with this PC is that the game can't handle faster processors. If you run it on a Pentium, the game moves about too fast and loses its arcade realism. PCTV recommend this game to people with a computer no faster than 486DX4100 and no slower than a 486DX266. The game is also available on the Sony PlayStation, Sega Mega Drive and Super Nintendo Entertainment System. PCTV give this game a 9 out of 10.
Well, that's another episode of PCTV. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. If you'd like to contact us, you can contact us care of 24 Freda Street, St Albans 3021.
Or you can email us at the following address.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.